we'll have about 30 minutes or so to chat to see where you are,
Okay.
where you would like to be, and how I can help you.
Okay.
Yeah? So anything goes, any questions you have, anything you'd like to talk about?
I think my biggest fear is time. My life is so, I don't know, it's crazy. You know,
Okay.
I'm a taxi driver for kids that need to go here and there. And I say because they're my kids, but they're adults.
Right.
And just different situations they've gotten themselves in forces me or my daughter to drive my boys around.
Okay. Well, let's back up a little so that I have an idea. How many years in the business?
17.
17. So you've been licensed for 17 years. Good for you.
Yeah.
17 years.
And I messed up on my questionnaire too. I've closed 2 this year. I just forgot about 1.
All right. Let's say the next 12 months go good for you. Go really well. You hit the stride. You start picking up deals, picking up clients. Where would you like to be a year from now in terms of transactions closed? What would make it a good year?
36. I want
36.
to consistently close an average of 3 a month.
3 a month. And how much money would you make, give or take, if you did 36? How much?
300.
300,000. Would that be good? Would you be happy with that?
For now.
For now. Okay. It's good. You know, it's just numbers. That's all.
Yeah.
So what do you feel right now is the biggest obstacle? What's holding you back? What is the barrier between you and the 36 deals?
Well, up until now, I haven't really put any effort into it. I do deals just, oh man, I need some money, let me close a deal. Let me do something, right? Because I have a credit repair business that I've done for 31 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that has taken the majority of my time. But I'm so tired of it. I love it. I hate it. I'm passing it off to my daughter. And I've been teaching her and handing her stuff. And I just said, I need to make money. I'm tired of scrambling every month and busting my butt, you know, for, you know, I want to sell real estate. Every time I close a deal, I love it and say, I could just do these all day long. You know?
So what is the barrier? What do you feel like if we could fix one thing during our time together during this next 30 minutes, what could we take care of that would make the biggest impact on your business?
Organization and time.
Time and organization. Okay.
Yeah.
When you say organization, what do you mean?
Allowing my calendar to be for me instead of for everybody else. You know, I put myself last, and you know, I've just been telling everybody, okay, this is my time. I always bust my butt for everybody else. Everybody needs help. I'm always there, but I need to do something for me because it benefits everybody. But this is for me. So no more driving people to court every friggin' month or to their classes or whatever. Stop letting my credit clients pressure me into like, do this right now. You know, I've got a problem. No, this time it's me. This time I want my calendar free. So when I have people that want to meet with me for a real estate appointment, I can pack up and go.
Well, here's the question. Who is in control?
Well, I should be, and I haven't.
No, don't shoot. Who is in control?
Right now, I would say everyone else but me.
Who is really in control?
Me.
100% of the time. It's your time, your calendar, your life. Nobody drives the fucker. You're behind the wheel. And I know it feels as if you don't have control at times and you must comply and you must be the support or whatever role you're asked to do. Is anybody at any point holding a gun to your head?
I do it to myself.
Exactly. And it's okay. This is not a judgment on my part, how you live your life or how your family is organized or how you manage your time. It's not my place to judge. My place is to tell you the truth. And the truth is, you're in charge 100% of the time. It's easy to blame, and it's easy to play victim, and it's easy to point fingers. It's not going to help you. You're going to keep being stuck. And the reason I know that so well is because, guess what? I was the world champion of all that. Where I blame the market, and I blame people, and I blame this, and I didn't speak Spanish, and it's the area, it's this and that. That's why I'm broke.
Yeah.
None of that was true. It was comfortable. And a lot of people would commiserate and pat me on the back. It's okay. These are tough times. Many people quit real estate. They don't make enough money. It's understandable. Bullshit.
Yeah.
It's these bullshit stories we tell ourselves, we've been telling ourselves, that keep us being stuck because we start buying into them. You believe your own story, that it's your kids, that it's the circumstances, that it's time. Bullshit. It's a lovely story. It's just not true. What is the truth? Be honest. What's the truth? Who is in charge?
Right.
See, it's scary to take control. It's uncomfortable to take control. I know that.
Yeah.
But it's the only way to freedom. Now, I'm not saying you need to be an asshole to people around you, all of a sudden not help and not be supportive and all that. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying take control of your life. It's your life. And we're not getting any younger. There's only so much we got left. If you don't do it now, when?
Yeah.
Now, I know this is kind of a tough love, but that's my job, is to tell you the truth, to be honest with you, to help you, to get you unstuck.
Right.
And I can't get you unstuck unless you see what is really going on. Now, there's a process we can go through where you would discover this on your own, but we don't have time.
Right.
You know, we have 30 minutes to get this taken care of, so you just have to kind of trust me. I've done this for over 20 years. I see the patterns.
Right.
And it's not that hard to decipher. And deep inside, even you know the truth. Am I right?
I do. I do. Because I guilt myself into doing things.
Of course. We all do. We all do.
Yeah.
So here is my suggestion number one. Like a good doctor, I'm going to give you some prescriptions. Whether you take them or not will be up to you, but I will give you something that will help you.
Okay.
One, get very, very clear. What is it that you really want? Because I can tell you right now, it's not the 300,000. That's just a means to get you somewhere, to give you the experiences, give you the freedom or whatever else matters to you. But that's not it. There's something else. You must spend some time, do a little soul searching, and really figure out what the hell do you really want? How do you want your life to be? Maybe it's travel, maybe it's a nice car, a new home, investment properties, beautiful new clothes, a Gucci bag, a Benz, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You can have it all. It is giving yourself that permission that it's okay to have it all, that you're good enough to deserve it. That's the hard part. That's where people get stuck, where you need to justify. You don't need to justify anything. You don't need to prove. You're worthy. You're blessed. It's all around you. It's yours. So step one, figure out what the hell do you want?
Is that from using the spreadsheet?
Don't worry about spreadsheets. Get clear. What is it that you want?
I made a whole list of things.
What do you want in life? Like if you had a check for, if I write you a check for $500,000, what would you do?
Okay, I already know. I want to move, but I want to be set up to where when I'm gone, I have helped my family be in a position to not have to lean on me. So I think I want to be a good enough example and leave behind the resources that they need.
That's fantastic. But first, you're living, you're right here. What do you want now?
I think the money is freedom. I mean.
Perfect. So what would you do with it if you had it right now? What inspires you? What jazzes you? What puts a big smile on your face? If you think about what? What's that? What is it?
I'm sorry, it's cutting out.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
What would
It
it
would
be?
be just to be able to go have a spa day every month, shopping without worrying about, oh my gosh, I got to make sure I have this much money for
Mhm.
this or that. I want a
Perfect.
house with a pool.
Perfect.
I want a house with
So
a
you're going to
pool.
make a big old list of all these things, experiences, stuff like a house. If you
Yeah.
go shopping, what would you buy? A new watch, a new bag, pair of shoes, nice clothes. You understand what I'm saying? Be very specific,
Yeah.
make a big ass list. And don't censor yourself, don't hold back. Be very clear, very specific, go crazy. No judgments.
Okay.
Not like, well, I don't know how. Don't worry about the how part. Worry about what
Yeah.
first. And then the second thing you worry about, why does it matter? And the reason this is important because this will fuel you to get that. Where
Right.
people start getting stuck is on how am I going to get, don't worry about the how part. That will come. But it's the
Right.
fourth part, fourth element. First is what? What is it that you really want? Give yourself the permission to have a good life. It doesn't need to be struggle. Unless you want it to be, but why would you? Give yourself permission. You earned it. You deserve it. You're good enough. You can have it all. So start with what? Then figure out why. Why does it matter? Why does a house with a pool matter to me? What is it about it that inspires me, that excites me? Because you're going to need that energy to make this a reality. Because you already know it's going to require effort, focus, discipline, work.
Right.
And the juice from that will come from the why. The third thing you decide is when. By when? Be very specific. What do you want today? What do you want this week? What do you want this month? What do you want this year? What do you want 12 months, 5 years from now, 20 years from now? The legacy we're talking about. It needs to all kind of gel together. So you first decide what do you want, then why does it matter, and then when. And the last one is, how am I going to get there? What's the roadmap? But by the time you know what you want, why you want it, and by when, the how is just a matter of mechanics, working it backwards. So we're going to work backwards to 300,000 to 36 deals. That's the whole process. It's not that complicated.
Right.
See, what really makes it complicated is our thinking, is the drunken monkey that's yapping away.
Right.
True?
True.
We all have
I
it.
think, you know, I look at the breakdown, you know, on the charts you give, and you say, okay, like 50% here, 50%, and I'm looking at, doggone, I have this many appointments, and where do I find the time for all that? But at the same time, I'm sitting there going, I can do this. I know. Back when short sales were all the rage, you know, I was doing REOs. I got sick of REOs. I did short sales. I would go knock doors. I'd pull up from like foreclosure radar, and I'd pick out 5 to 10 houses, and I'd go knock doors. And I came back with listings every stinking time.
Sure.
I
I mean, there's no
all
question
of
you can do this. That's not a question.
I think when I see the numbers, I'm intimidated.
And that's
But
good. That means you're stretching your comfort zone. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. Because what you'll discover is that the process doesn't change. So here's the process. To do 36 deals, you're going to need 36 listings. To get 36 listings, how many appointments do you need to go on? Listing appointments. Twice as many, would you say?
I really don't think it's twice as many.
Okay, good for you. So what would your best guess? Just guess.
I would say, doggone, I have to use math right now. I'm good in math, but it's morning.
Well, if you go on 10 listing appointments right now, you have 10 appointments lined up, motivated sellers. Out of those 10, how many contracts do you think you walk away with, realistically?
7 or 8.
7. So let's say it's 70% closing rate, which is really good, by the way.
Okay.
So that means you need to go on 52 appointments. 1 a week. 1 listing appointment a week. Now, of course, there'll be weeks where you're not going to work holidays and all that. But Averaged out, it's 1 a week. So now here's the last part. In order for you to get 52 appointments, how many leads do you need to generate? And you probably don't know this number. Most agents don't. Start tracking it. Start keeping track.
Yeah, I did the numbers from your.
Well, just guess. You will rework this, so this is not set in stone. It will change anyway. Guess. What? 7 leads to get an appointment, or what did you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
10 leads?
7 to 10 leads.
So 10 leads. So let's be conservative. So you need to get 520 leads in the next 12 months. You have 12 months to do that. So 520 divided 12. So that's 43, 44 leads a month. And if you work 24 days on an average month, divided 24, so it's 1.8 leads a day. That's the whole business. Right. It's no more complicated than this. It's the drunken monkey that suddenly thinks there are a million things to do. They're not. What you need to do is generate 1.8 leads a day. You need to follow up with those leads so you get your 1 appointment a week. And you need to get those appointments turned into 36 listings in the next 12 months. That's your 300. That's your what, why, when, and how. That's it. Yeah. Now, you mentioned the time. Here's what you do with the time. Does this all make sense? You've done this exercise. It's not that complicated.
Right.
You break it down. What do I have to do? What do I have to do every day to get my 1 to 2 leads a day? What do you have to do? So then you start building these funnels. You ask yourself, where are the best leads right now? Who can I approach right now who is either ready to list right now or in the near future? Why don't I have to follow up for 2 years?
Right.
So who can you start with? The low-hanging fruit. The ones where you can identify easy. You can go on MLS, pull new and old expireds. That should be your first funnel right away. So you have expired funnel, feeding your leads. You know how to do it. You have the expired plus. Just follow. Call them, visit them, text them, email them, do the whole system. So that's your first funnel, feeding lead. What's your second funnel? Who can you reach? FSBOs? Do you have FSBOs in the area?
You know what? I really don't care for FSBOs.
It doesn't matter whether you care for them or not. Do you have them?
Yeah.
See, the question is not, do you care about FSBOs? Do you want to work FSBOs? The question is, will they get you to your goal? That's the only question. They don't care about you either, so you're even. But the question is this, are they profitable? And the answer is yes, 100%. 71% of for sale by owners end up listing with an agent. Do you want to get listings?
Yeah.
You seem to hesitate. Looks like we lost you. Are you back, Shannon?
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know what's with my internet is good. I don't know why it's messing with me today.
So work FSBOs. They end up listing. 7 out of 10 end up listing with an agent. You work with FSBOs, you approach them, soft, non-salesy, non-pushy approach. You follow up, you turn them into appointments and listings. It's really that simple. It just requires time and patience.
Okay.
It's a great opportunity. Now here's the best part. Most agents don't know how to work FSBOs effectively. They don't know.
Yeah.
They think it's about convincing and it's about stats and it's about persuasion and scripts. None of that. None of that. All right, so now you have 2 funnels. You add the third funnel. This is your sphere. You've been in the business for 17 years. You have a boatload of business all around you, referral business. Both your past clients and just people who know you. Through your credit repair business, through your neighbors, your friends, there's tons of business all around you. If you do just this right, half of that 300,000 can come from your sphere. And they're just statistics.
What about closures? I don't know. I like pre-foreclosures.
If you can convert them into listings and if you can build it as a system, more power to you. I've never done them, don't know how to do it, don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you can turn it into a predictable, see, these are predictable systems. That if I start feeding that and if I start working the system, I can predictably build a model on it. where I can predict if I talk to 10 expired listings, out of those, maybe 7 become leads. And out of those 7, 1 will become a listing. I can predict it. Now, my numbers will be very different than yours, but there's a formula. Same with FSBOs. If I have 4 for sale by owners on a follow-up, 1 will turn into a listing. I already know that historically. My sphere, if I have 200 people that I actively work on my sphere, that's going to be 5 transactions in there out of the 200 in the next 12 months. So I start building these. Now all these are feeding my leads. And I build a 4th one. And they can be pre-foreclosures, great. If you know how to work it, and if you have enough of them in your area, by all means, go for it. Absolutely, yes. It could be an open house. It could be a whole bunch of other stuff. So all you need is maybe 3 or 4 of these funnels. That's your 2 leads a day. The beautiful thing about this approach is you don't need to do it in a huge volume. You don't need to send out 10,000 postcards. You don't need to spend $2,000 on Facebook in advertising. I mean, you can if you want to. If you have the budget, nothing wrong with it. Facebook is cool. Facebook will get you leads. You just need to know how to do it, and you need to have the budget for it. You know, $10 a day is not going to cut it. So you start feeding these. This is all active lead generation. That's inexpensive, and it's effective because you're working high probability leads. If somebody sticks a sign in their front yard and waving their hand, we want to sell, those are the people I want to talk to.
Right.
Make sense?
Right, yeah.
So this is the phase 1. You build these funnels. Shouldn't take long. They don't need to be complicated. Phase 2 happens right here. This is where a good CRM comes in play. You automate your follow-up. Same thing. Load the leads into the system, build the sequence. You have the expired sequence already with the expired plus. Build one for FSBOs, build one for your sphere, build a generic one for leads in general to keep in touch, push a button, fire it off.
Okay.
Now, you mentioned time. This can be very time consuming, especially if you do it yourself. So I'll give you a couple of things that will help you. 1, plan your day in detail. Remember how you mentioned your kids and people around you tend to take advantage of you. Right. Here's the defense. This is your shield. You're going to pre-plan your day where all the activities that need to be done, the what, why, when, and how, will go on your calendar. You will do that every day. Your calendar is your roadmap. So you're going to take out the calendar. It can be paper. My wife, Hannah, she still likes to use a nice leather-bound calendar.
Yeah.
We prefer to do it digitally because I need to share it with all my staff. How you do it doesn't matter. The fact that you do it is important. And you schedule the most productive activities like lead generation and follow-up, listing presentations, all that goes in first because that's where the money is.
Okay.
And you time block it. How much time do you need to prospect expired listings? How much time do you need to visit a FSBO? How much time do you need to build connections with your sphere? All that goes on your schedule. So now you have these time blocks. So let's say your day starts at 7 a.m. and you work till 6 p.m. So you have these time blocks of different activities. Some will take 30 minutes, some will take a couple hours, whatever. So when your kid comes in and says, Mom, I need to do such and such. And you tell him, all right, I can squeeze you in right here. That's it. Or, not today, honey. Look at my calendar. It's all booked.
Right.
And the challenge you will face is this more important than anything else? Is the freedom that I'm after, providing for me, my family, my future, more important than anything else? And there'll be an adjustment period. They will rebel, they will push back, they will not like it because it's very convenient right now. And you will be tested. And you have to stay course, and you have to hold on to the steering wheel. And you tell them, I'm in charge of my time. You need to figure out another way. Get a taxi, get an Uber, get a car, whatever.
Right. Find
another solution. I am not available. And the best way not to be available is go to the office. Just disappear out of the house. That's it. Simple.
Yeah.
This is not very complicated. It's, again, our drunken monkey that makes it complicated.
Right.
You follow it?
Yes. Yeah.
Questions?
I can do this. I know that I can set my boundaries. I'm just at a point in my life where it's me. It's what I want.
It's your life. Yes. Yes.
And I can do this.
So what I would do, Shannon, is Open a bottle of wine, sit down with them and say, listen, guys, I'm rebuilding my business. I'm making a turn and I'm going in a new direction. I'm going to need your support and your help.
Yeah.
Here's what I need from you. I'm going to be leaving the home, working in the office or whatever setup you have. I'm going to have a very tight schedule. So there will be times where I will not be available. Until today, I was available, accommodating. That's going away. So I'm giving you a heads up. Please make other arrangements. I'm going to need your support, and I'm going to call on you to help me in this adventure. Because not only will it give us the freedom, it will give us the means to live the lifestyle, have the new home, do the shopping, do all those wonderful things that I want. But I can't do this without you. I have the same arrangement here at home. I work out of the house. I have a big home office downstairs here. And I love hanging out with my kids. You know, they come home and we chat, and they're 12 and 14. I like to hang out with my wife and have coffee and all that. But there are times where I can't. I need to hunker down and get shit done. So we have to have these arrangements and agreements so they respect that and they support me. Make sense?
It does. It does.
So that's what you got to do. Now, the question is not, can it be done? That's, you already said you can do this.
Yeah.
You got the experience, you got the skills, you got the abilities. None of that is in question. The question is, are you willing to do it? Are you willing to do it and pay the price of discomfort and some stress? Because there'll be some tension, trust me. They will not just say, oh yeah, cool, sure, no problem. There'll be some serious pushback you got to be ready for.
Right.
But just like you're responsible for your life, they're responsible for theirs, and you will be accommodating to an extent where you can and want to. But I promise you, you get this sucker going, and it ain't going to be a whole lot of time.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But the payoff and the freedom you're building, because here's the cool thing. Let's say you do this for a few years, and you do it well, where you accumulate enough cash, build the lifestyle you want. You, as an expert, know where the deals are. You invest. You invest wisely because you're on the front lines. You know the best deals, the best neighborhoods, either flip or hold. In a few years, you can retire on this. You can accumulate and build enough wealth to say, okay, I'm done. That's doable.
Right.
But what it requires is upfront, a lot of effort, very much discipline, focus, stay with it, especially if it doesn't work. And there'll be times where it doesn't work. And just fine tuning it and giving it your best to reach that point where you got it. Because what will happen is once you start generating enough cash, you will be able to hire staff and delegate stuff. You'll be able to supplement some of the work with buying business. That means you either buy leads or you run ads or you do direct mail, or you can combine all those. So you let the money work for you. And then you can grow your business. You can hire an in-house sales agent. You can hire a buyer's agent, grow your team. Because then you're going to reach a point where we say 300,000 is not a challenge anymore. I want more. And you can. I have students making way over $1 million a year, not working any harder than you. It's not about, you will reach a point where more hard work will not make you more money.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Helpful?
Yeah.
You can totally do this. I have 100% confidence in you and faith that you can do this.
Yeah. I have to look at the marketing materials again. I think I've been a little nervous on that because I don't have testimonials or anything like that. I guess I could get some, but
see, those are auxiliary small details. Then yes, they will help, and you will put them in place, like the expired brochure and all that. But it's just mechanics.
Yeah.
The core of your work is not in these little details. This is the real work.
That's the word. Yeah.
Because the brochure, that's something you can knock out in an hour. You know, getting a couple of testimonials, how hard is it? Not that hard.
No, I could call people up today and get them if I needed them.
But here's the secret, Shannon. Once you start breaking all this down into simple steps, you're going to discover something that will shock you. None of that is too complicated or hard. It's not hard to pick up a phone and have a conversation with an expired listing. It's not that hard. It is not hard to get in a car, knock on somebody's door and say, hey, sorry, your house didn't sell. Here's some info. Would you still like to sell? Not that hard. It is not hard to chat with the for sale buyer and say, hey, how's it going? Did you have an open house last week? Is there anything I can do to help? Not that hard. It's not hard to hang out with your sphere of influence. Go take your best friend to lunch, or your neighbor, get to know your neighbors. None of that is hard. It's not hard to follow up with somebody who says, we talked last month. You mentioned you want to repair the patio before you consider putting it back on the market. I want to let you know 2 more properties sold in the neighborhood. Things are moving. If we could get a buyer quickly, would you still like to go to Florida? Is that still the plan? None of that is hard.
Right.
If you start breaking it down into these simple steps, you're going to recognize that one step at a time, one step at a time.
Do you feel that holding an open house adds a lot to the business?
Yes. Open house can be a terrific source of business. Yes.
Really?
Because you do the preparation, you do some door knocking, maybe a little bit of direct mail, some Facebook advertising, talk to some neighbors. Now, here's what I consider a good open house. 20 to 30 people minimum, guest register, and out of those 2, maybe 3 really good leads, solid, motivated leads. That's a good open house. And you can do one every week. Yep.
I guess I've done open houses. In fact, that's how I, use it to get leads at one point years ago, but I feel like it always brought in more buyer leads, and
And yes, you will get a lot of buyer leads. But what you do with buyer leads is you refer them to another agent for a referral fee. You don't have time to show a lot of properties. That's not the goal. The buyers you want to keep is buyers who need to sell something first.
Right.
Buyers who want to buy that specific property, you're not going to get a whole lot of those.
Right.
Or buyers who want to buy another one of your listings. That's it. The rest you refer out. You make a deal with an agent and you say, I'm going to lend you my clients. You just sell them a house, they'll still my clients. You're going to pay me a referral fee. We both win. Everybody wins. The client gets a house. You earn a commission. I get a referral fee. Right. Because eventually you're going to hire a buyer's agent. You're going to have somebody on your staff doing all that. But that's once you reach a level of 50 transactions, 80 transactions, 100 transactions. It wouldn't make sense to do it at 36.
Okay.
But where you're going to waste a lot of time is if you're going to try to drive them around and sell them a house yourself. That's not a profitable business model. Don't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
My goal is to be a broker. I never wanted to be a broker. I had a situation with my broker who I get along really well with. But I had a situation with her earlier this year in a listing. And she actually, in addition to being my broker, was my client. Mm. And she's probably the worst client I ever had. So,
I had many students who got into real estate because their agent was so shitty. They're like, well, if this guy can make a living in real estate, I can do a 10 times better job.
Okay, so I'm
like that. So you're not alone.
I'm in that group too.
Yeah, which is great. Being a broker can be the next level for you. It's a different business model and it's a different animal altogether. You think dealing with sellers is hard. Try dealing with agents, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So if you need more help, just reach out, shoot me an email, let me know how I can help. Stay with it. Just put this in work, plan it. The most important element for you will be right here, is the mindset that you can do it. Okay. You have the conditions set up around you to succeed. We're going to send you the recording of this. If you want and you want my help, come do the path with me. You're not doing the path, right? Are you?
No, that's the new.
It's a membership coaching where we work together continuously on everything. Your lead funnels, your follow-up, your presentation, your mindset, time, all that. There's a different chapter. I'll send you a link. Check it out. That might be something that will help you accelerate all that. Okay?
Okay. And there was also supposed to be a book in the package that we were supposed to read. Was that the journal From Dreams to Reality? Or?
You can do the journal. The most important right now is for you to start getting leads would be read the Expired Plus and watch the training videos. That's the most important part of it.
So there's not, I've done all the training videos.
Okay.
And I filled out most of the spreadsheet, the goals and all that. I've done that.
Now it's time to implement. You already done the prep work, so just implement. And when you do the path with me, I wrote a book specifically on mindset. This is the first book I've ever written just on mindset. This,
Okay.
you will get that the first month of the path. And it deals specifically with the issues we've discussed.
Okay.
Like, what is it that you want, how to get it, how to deal with the drunken monkey, the negative self-talk, the limiting beliefs, the fear, all that is here.
Okay.
So you would get that in the mail. Okay. And because you have the expired plus, your first month would be free. You get a discount.
Okay. The path isn't the $47 a month coaching. Is that what that is?
No, that's the Listing University. Listing University is included in the path, so you don't pay extra. It comes with it.
Okay.
So that's all.
How much is the path?
Path is $197.
Is that a month?
Monthly. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And every month you would get a different system. Like you get a referral system, you get a FSBO system, you get a follow-up system. And then I'll help you. We have these live sessions where I'll help you set it all up.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay. I can't do that right now, but I will soon.
Yep. Keep it on your radar. All right, Jan. Yeah. Good chatting with you. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
So much.
Have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.